Good morning. I'm thankful to Dr. Srinivas for giving me this opportunity to present my views on the importance of publication and how to choose a topic. As you know, it is a well-known aphorism that publish or perish. But I would say that now it is more relevant that if you publish, then you can prosper also. It is important to publish in your career because writing a scientific article is one of the major and final products of all the scientists, and its highest value is reached when a scientific information is published as a material which becomes a world fund of knowledge for other researchers to follow. There are several advantages of doing publication. It gives pleasure to you personally and a sense of satisfaction. It provides an additional and important line in your CV, which is more relevant for youngsters. It helps to share your ideas and results with the colleagues, and it permanently leaves a record in the world literature. It gets you name in the field of your specialty and build academic reputation too. It may also help your institution by improving its ranking and set overall an important career step. But I have found that research is usually repulsive for most clinicians, but once they publish a couple of articles, then publication becomes an addictive to most people like myself. There are several barriers to publication. That's why people are hesitant in publishing. Most important is the mindset of most people. They feel that it's not my cup of tea. I have shortage of time from my busy practice. There may be language-related barriers. It is usually difficult to communicate your work and ideas to your peers because of risk of potential criticism. There are now advancement in the research methodology, so simple research is finding it difficult to get published. The process of advancing concepts, ideas, and knowledge is usually adversarial, and new results and ideas are oftenly rigorously debated, and hence most people do not have the courage to put forward their new ideas in the form of research and publication. Selecting a research topic is the first step in publication, which is usually very challenging. It needs creative thinking and brainstorming with peers and mentors. You also need to do a good literature review to find gaps in the existing knowledge in the world literature, and it should be appropriate to your discipline of interest and specialty. There are several ideas that can convert your research ideas into publication in topics, and you can use this simple mnemonics. Friends, F is feasible. Your research should be feasible to your circumstances. It should be relevant to your specialty. It should be interesting for the journal to publish it. It should be ethical. It should be not very broad. You should compress the ideas of the topic into a very narrow field, which is very specific. It should be related to your discipline, and you must have a supervisor or mentor, at least initially, to help you in doing this research and publication. It is often difficult to publish your research because writing is a skill, and whatever language that you may use, getting published is also a skill. Not all writers and all research are published. Scientific journals have specific requirements which must be followed, otherwise the chances of rejection are pretty high. There are several tips and tricks which you can use to get published. First and foremost is to develop an aptitude for publication and research, and also develop a passion. Identify your jewels. You may be doing several complex cases, but you do not want, or you do not understand the value of it. So it is important to identify and then publish these rare cases. You should develop a habit of reading regularly, and you should also find a mentor to help you in the initial phase. There are several motivations for publication, like it gives you fame, recognition by your peers. For some people, it may also help financially and professionally to develop the fortune, promotions, grant application, and research funding. Moreover, it is important as a researcher because you have to provide your research to help to the society, uh, because it's a taxpayer funded research, and it will help in the contribution to the progress of mankind and medical science. But the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. And hence, we must first unlearn what we already know and then relearn new things, and then you can do good research and publication. There are several pitfalls, like it takes time, but I can tell you, once you publish few articles, it gets easier with practice. So don't wait any longer and start writing your research ideas into publication. And balancing clinical practice with research is a very crucial thing which must be learned, and it is often possible to do both the things together. In fact, clinical practice is best coupled with research and publication. And now publication is not an optional thing, it is now compulsory, especially for people who are into teaching or academic positions.